trust is without borders.
Hi everyone, it's Dola here from Project Bear, and today I'm going to be talking about how to survive the holidays when you are grieving the loss of a loved one, specifically a baby or child. If this is your first holiday following your loss, I hope that you find something in this video that brings you comfort. If you are not familiar with Project Bear, you can check us out on the web at projectbear.com. We give teddy bears to those who have lost a baby at any age or stage of pregnancy for any reason. And we send one free bear to anyone in the United States. You can check us out and request a bear if you think that that might be helpful for you. So my first tip is to know that it's okay to decline holiday party invitations. You don't have to go to every work party, family party, friend party, every dinner that you are invited to. And you also don't have to give a reason for why you are declining the invitation. You can just say no. Those who love you will probably understand why you are not going to the party. And those who don't understand, they don't matter anyway. So you can just say, no, I'm not going, and that's fine. If you feel up to going to a party and you say yes, and then the day arrives and then you don't feel like going, feel free to bow out. You are not obligated to participate in any festivities that you don't feel up to participating in. My second tip kind of goes along with the first, and that is if you are typically the house that hosts parties, whether it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve parties, whatever it may be, and you don't feel up to hosting those things this year, you can cancel them. You don't have to have people over to your house if you don't feel up to it, if it's too overwhelming and stressful for you. Ask somebody else in your family or friend group if they would mind hosting this year. That's fine. Whether you attend or not, that's completely up to you, but you certainly do not have to host. Tip number 3, don't stress yourself out over giving gifts and buying gifts and wrapping gifts. That is not what the holiday is about anyway. Your friends and family can survive on a few less gifts this year. If you have other children, they can unwrap a few less gifts on Christmas morning. You don't need to stress yourself out emotionally or financially this year when you are already overwhelmed grieving the loss of your child. Tip number 4, don't be ashamed or afraid to accept help when others offer it. Whether that is them hosting Christmas dinner instead of you hosting Christmas dinner, or maybe they offer to shop for your other children, maybe they bake you a pie, anything, whatever it may be, don't be afraid to accept help this Christmas, this holiday season. People who love you, they want to help. They may not always know how, so if they say, is there anything I can do? And if there is something they can do, don't be afraid to tell them, yes, actually, here's what you can do to help. My next tip is to allow yourself to enjoy the holiday if you are feeling up to it. If you want to go to Christmas parties, go to Christmas parties. If you want to go out Christmas caroling, go Christmas caroling. If you want to wear an ugly Christmas sweater to work, wear an ugly Christmas sweater to work. Don't feel that you have to be wearing sackcloth and ashes just because you are grieving the loss of your child. You can enjoy this holiday. If you're the type of person that usually dances around in your kitchen baking cookies, listening to crazy Christmas music, then if you feel up to it, try doing that again. If it doesn't feel right, then you can stop. But allow yourself to have fun if you are in that place. It is completely okay to not be in sorrow all the time. Allow yourself to feel the grief and the sadness, but also the joy and the magic of the holiday as well. Tip number 6 is to try to find ways to incorporate your son or daughter into your holiday celebrations. Some of the ways you can do this is to get an ornament, make an ornament, put their name, their picture, their birth date, their handprint, footprint, whatever you have of them on the ornament, and then you can use that year after year. Another way would be to light a candle, buy a candle specifically for them and only use it around the holidays, maybe for October 15th as well. Light the candle on special occasions, Christmas Eve, maybe the nights of Hanukkah, whatever it is that feels right for you. It could be something simple like visiting the cemetery, putting a wreath on the grave side. It can be donating to a charity that is near and dear to your heart in your child's name, in their honor, in their memory. And it could be starting a new tradition. The holidays don't have to look the same as they always have. It's completely okay to start something new. Another thing you can do if you have a Project Bear from us or another stuffed animal is you can include that in your family Christmas cards, in your pictures, to represent your child. In fact, you can include a stuffed animal or your Project Bear in any photos, in any family photos that you take, to always represent your child. And there are a lot of creative ways you can do that. They don't have to be wearing the shirt. You can dress them up. Whatever you feel you need to do to best represent your child and to best represent your family. My last tip is probably the most important for grieving families, no matter who you're grieving the loss of. And that is, do not isolate yourself this holiday season. Yes, you don't have to go to every single party that you are invited to. However, try to keep open lines of communication between you and your significant other, between you and any other children you may have, between you and your close friends and family. Chances are, if you're grieving, they are also grieving. They may not be grieving the same way that you are grieving. They may not be in the same stage of grief that you are. However, they are grieving. They are hurting. You are hurting. The more you keep the lines of communication open, the less heavy the burden will be on you and on them. If you isolate yourself, you are going to be carrying that burden alone. Please don't do that. That is not good. If you open the lines of communication, even if it's hard, those burdens will get easier because you'll be sharing them with other people. If there's no one in your family that is really supportive for whatever reason, find a support group, whether that is an online support group on Facebook, or call your family doctor, find a grief counselor, call a psychologist's office, find a support group. They exist and they can be so helpful in walking you through this very difficult time. If you need someone to talk to, please get in touch with me. You can email me at bear@projectbear.com. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/projectbear. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram. My lines of communication are always open, and I am always willing to talk to you. I've been through this. You are not alone. I hope whatever holiday you celebrate and however you choose to celebrate it this year, that you can find some peace, some hope, and some comfort, and that your new year is better than this year. Blessings to all of you.
Lead me where my trust is with